of Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. This is your weekly live collective. Thank you, Spirit. I do like to start the reading off with a quick smudge here. I have some sage. I like to cleanse the space. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And then three chimes to bring in positive energy. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Hi, welcome to Be Continued. Welcome back. I'm so glad to see you again today. Let me just get the floor out of the seam there. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective of Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And I tell you, everything is increasing for the fire signs. You are hot. You are on fire. You are skyrocketing. Everything is increasing. And it's not only increasing, it's increasing threefold. And especially when things are increasing and there's a lot of changes, a lot of times we wonder, what can we do? How can we react? And hopefully during this reading, we'll be able to get some clarity and find some answers on that. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. I do look at your horoscopes. I look at the sun placement, the moon placement, and other planetary placements to get a good idea of the energy that is surrounding you at this time. But first and foremost, I do trust my intuition. And it is my intention during this reading to help you learn to use and tap into your intuition as well. I have found that the tarot cards are a wonderful way to vet or to verify our intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of? Hi, Tina. Welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. My name is Greta. Oh my gosh, I love that little sunflower there. Oh, I don't know what part of the world or what part of the country you are in, but our ditches where I am, or the side of the roads, are just full of those beautiful, wonderful yellow wildflowers. I think my grandma always used to call them lazy Susans because if you get really close up on them, they have a really big dark brown center, and then the leaves kind of begin to fold over on the edges. I think that's why she called them lazy Susans. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. What would you like the collective to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And it looks like something in your professional life has lost its seal. Let's see what's going on there. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the fire signs collective. And we start off with the Two of Pentacles. And there's a lot of things that I like about this Two of Pentacles, but the two in tarot represents balance, contracts, partnerships, and choices. And for you this week, I really do believe it is about partnerships, choice, and balance. But I like the infinity sign there. And so it's almost that infinity is, to me, it's almost better than a circle because it's about the give and the take and the balance between the seen and the unseen. Doing it the magic act. Oh, and that is force. That is backed by the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune, I would consider a karma card. And that karma is just reconfirming that you have created the positive energy that the universe is sending back to you. Often, when the Wheel of Fortune comes up during a reading, I'll talk about how we cannot always control when the wheel will spin or where the wheel will stop. We have no influence on outside circumstances. The only thing that we really can influence, the only thing that we really have control over is our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and the energy that we put towards a situation. And that is what the universe reflects back to us. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading. Hey, Baibu, welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. Okay, start up, start. Thank you. Pretty flowers. We love pretty flowers. And I keep bees. I have I have some bees. And so as we start getting into late fall and we start the flowers and everything kind of start to die down, I worry about the bees and whether I should feed the bees. So I keep my eye out for those pretty little flowers because we all love those. Hi, Miss High Quality. Welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. Mhm. Okay. And so, Angro, what I will do is I will go through my reading. I will read through the cards. And if your question is not answered during the reading, at the end of the reading, I will open it up for questions. And so, if you could please hold off on questions until I have finished reading the cards on the table. Hi, Gilly. Welcome back to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. I'm so glad to see you this afternoon. Just in time, we were just getting ready to start in your public life. And your public life is your career, work, business, education, and money. And here we start with the death card. And the death card is not as ominous as we like to think, because the death, it represents, there's a rebirth. It's death and rebirth. It's almost like the phoenix. The phoenix would not be able to rise from the ashes without the fire. But when I see the death card in a reading, my first instinct is that this is the color that this is the card that really lacks color. We can see there's no color in the flag. There's no color in the steed. There's no color in that horse. And so it's just like things have lacked excitement. Things, you've lost your interest. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And that is followed by the Three of Pentacles. And so this is speaking to a group of people, a group of three or more people. And earlier in the week for the Sagittarius, we really were talking about people looking towards the fire signs for advice. And if they're not looking towards you for advice, they're definitely watching every move you make. And why they're watching every move that you've made or that you're making is because you have really become a leader in your field. You've really become a leader in your industry. And people are looking to you to determine what it is that they should do, what actions that they should take. So it's like you're really setting the trend. Thank you, Spirit. Followed by the Eight of Wands. And this is a sudden change that brings in lots of opportunity. And I think this reading for the fire signs, for the collective here, it's more than just opportunities. This is sudden changes that increase everything that you are working on threefold. Thank you, Spirit. Followed by the Sun card. And the Sun card is the warmest, happiest card in the tarot. If we just think about all of the wonderful things that the sun does for us, that the sun does for the garden, and here we see those little flowers there. We're really talking about the flowers today, Tina, but we would not have the flowers. We would not have the life. We would not have anything without the sun and the warmth and the happiness that the sun brings into our lives. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And there is a new career or new project that has you or will have you achieving outside of your comfort zone. What I want you to remember, and so why I say that is like there's something, and I think that there's something here, a feeling that is coming from within you with this promotion, with this achievement, with what this new that you're working on, that is telling you that maybe you're not good enough. um, Maybe you don't have everything that you need. Maybe you're not able to do this. Maybe you've bitten off more than you can chew. And this is coming up in the cards because you are outside of your comfort zone. But I do want to tell you, look how far you have come. Look at everything you have been able to achieve up until this point. And I will say this, how far you've come, how much you have grown has really been within the last year or two. I mean, you have made major strides in this last year or so to get to the position that you are in. And you have earned everything that is coming towards you, and you are more than capable of achieving that. Put those little self doubts, those negative thoughts in the past. And I like that we have that Wheel of Fortune card here. Let me not get too mixed up here. So I like that that Wheel of Fortune card is here, because that Wheel of Fortune, it's like the energy that we put out is the energy that the universe reflects back to us. So the more that we stay in those thoughts of doubt, the more that that's going to come back to us. But we can very easily replace those thoughts. Very easy. When those thoughts start creeping into your mind, you remind yourself, many times success, the most successful people on this planet are the ones that are their best and loudest cheerleaders. We really need to learn how to cheer ourselves on. And when we learn how to cheer ourselves on, that is when we become more and more successful. And I really do believe that that's why we have this Three of Pentacles here for you as well, collective, is that people are watching you, and they're watching you succeed, and they're wondering how you're doing it. And I really have uh, a very distinct feeling or inclination that you are achieving this success because you have become your own and best cheerleader. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for collective in their private life, and this would include home, love, family, and friends. And we start off with the River Styx card. This Six of Swords represents the River Styx. And we have the ferryman there, and then we have someone in the boat. And this person in the boat, if you can look closely, they have no bags, they have nothing packed. The only thing they have is the clothes on their back. But what I really want you to pay close attention to is the water here, the transition of the water. On this side of the ferry, we have rough, we have stormy waters. On the other side of the ferry, we have calm, we have tranquil waters. And this card indicates that transition from stormy waters to calmer waters. And this transition is led, or this transition is activated by something hidden being revealed. Many times when we see the moon card, especially when we see the full moon card here, that full moon is a time of what is hidden will be revealed. So I don't know if you are going to see something or you have seen something that is cause for change or cause for transition. But what I also want you to look at is that's the moon and the sun. So you have the sun twice. And so that we have that secrets revealed, followed by the sun, is telling me that this is the universe, and sometimes the universe will reveal what is hidden for us, for our better, to encourage us, to nudge us in the direction of transformation. And that is followed by the Nine of Pentacles. And this Nine of Pentacles is about creating an environment in which to manifest. My voice changed for a moment. Yes, there's one speaker on my phone that kind of goes in and out. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And so the Nine of Pentacles is about being grounded and being connected in such a way that we're able to manifest or able to reach or achieve our goals. And that is followed by the Ace of Swords. And this Ace of Swords, it's about wisdom. You have the knowledge, you have everything you need, you know everything that you need to know here in your private life, in your personal life, in order to achieve. But now it's having the wisdom to apply it. So it's like the knowledge is the information, it's the learning, it's the gathering, it's the know-how. And sometimes we can know how to do something for a very long, extended a period of time. But it is only when we gather that wisdom, the wisdom to apply that knowledge and to take action with that knowledge, that we achieve. And here I see you gathering and applying that wisdom. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Someone's words have or will leave you very deeply wounded. Someone has said something to you that it it left a mark on your soul, for lack of a better term. It left a mark. It really hurt you very deeply. But I really do not believe that this person's words were meant to hurt you. I believe that this person's words were meant to help you, were meant to aid you, were meant to help you see something or to understand something, to help motivate you in applying your knowledge and using that wisdom. The best thing to do in a situation like this is to look to see if anything in their words were true. And, you know, my grandmother always used to tell me there's a grain of truth in everything. Every lie, every misdeed, everything that is spoken to us has a grain of truth in it. And so, what spirit is asking you here is to look for those grains of truth. And where you find those grains of truth, no worries, just make adjustments. If there's something that needs to make adjustments, you most definitely have the wisdom and the knowledge to make those adjustments. You most definitely do. And sometimes, you know, especially when we're dealing with small children, you know, small children, they just do not have uh, they haven't developed enough to where they can state things um, in a positive light. They are brutally honest. Maybe that's what I should say, is smaller children have a tendency to be brutally honest, and many times they speak without a filter. They are just looking at the facts, or they are just interpreting how they understand things. And many times when we are deeply hurt by what comes out of the mouth of children. And what is that saying? Out of the mouths of babes? Yes. And so I think that it was a misspeak on this person's part. Be gentle with them. They did not mean to hurt you or wound you so deeply. They were really just trying to aid you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And final messages here. We start with the Three of Hearts. And that is a betrayal. It's a tender heart. And I think that this betrayal, this tender heart, is really speaking towards that wound that you were feeling. And I don't know if somebody spoke some words or you have learned some information that has wounded you, but I really do believe that that is why we have the Three of Swords here. That is followed by the Seven of Pentacles. And I love that that is followed by the Seven of Pentacles, because again, that Seven of Pentacles is talking about look through and sort through what you heard, what those words were, how they were wounded you, and look for those grains of truth there and apply that wisdom. Apply that wisdom. I will double, maybe you're dealing with an Aries, or this is meant for the Aries. But let's think about how an emperor rules their kingdom. You know, there's three ways in which an emperor can use their energy to rule a kingdom. They can have things like they're set in stone. They're very unforgiving. It's, you know, it's like my way or the highway. And when an emperor or a ruler rules that way, their kingdom will fall. A ruler can also really be kind of lackadaisical and really show no interest and really let the kingdom do what they will at they will. And if that is the case, that kingdom is going to fall. It's that center balance, that center balance of how are we going to use, how are we going to expend our energy to rule our kingdom. And it's only when we rule with balance that our kingdom is able to succeed. You possess a lot of vision and a lot of creativity. You may not be known to be the best at managing money or looking over your finances. You deserve the finer things in life. And in order to achieve those finer things in life, I may suggest or I may recommend that you talk to a financial advisor. I do know that sometimes when we speak to a financial advisor, there's a fee. But if you cannot afford to speak to a financial advisor, most definitely you can talk to your banker. You can go into the bank and schedule an appointment to speak to the banker, and that banker will talk to you and give you free financial advice, and they will give you sound financial advice. If you're running or owning or operating a small business, it does pay to speak to an accountant. I tell you, there are so many different tax laws and so many different tax rules that occur each tax season that we really do need to talk to somebody that is on top of their game. And even if it's a little investment up front, what they save you in the long run, I have a very distinct feeling will be very well worth it. And that is the reading. Thank you very much for being patient with me during this reading. I really do appreciate that. If anyone has any questions that have not been answered, please do write those in the comment section. And while I'm waiting for those questions, I will read back through the comments. Hi, Sarwat. Okay. Gilly, thank you. I can make those adjustments. We can all make those adjustments. And, you know, I think our greatest challenge in this life is just to wake up and have it in our mind. We're just going to be better than we were yesterday. We just need to be a little bit better than we were yesterday. Well, anyway, that's my goal. It's like, how can I be just a little bit better today? How can I be just a little bit better today? Yes. Thank you, Gilly. And so let's see here. Cancer and Scorpio, please. Cancer and Scorpio. One card for Cancer and Scorpio. Oh, look at that. And we have the Two of Cups. This relationship between the Cancer and the Scorpio has the potential to be a healing relationship and a very emotionally supported relationship. And why I say emotionally or even a spiritual relationship is we have the cups here. And the cups in tarot represents water, which would be the Cancer sign. But the water is the spiritual, it's the unseen, it's the emotions, it's the feelings that are unseen that we most definitely are aware of, are in tuned with. And why I say healing is we can see the medical staff there. I see this as being a very good and healing relationship, a very good healing friendship. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Thank you. I'm going to give. Okay, and so Angrog Paul, this card is for you about your entrance exam. This is about the outcome of your entrance exam, the outcome of Paul's entrance exam. Thank you, Spirit. Card for Paul, please. Card for Paul. Let's hope you're still here, Paul. Sometimes we don't have the patience or time to sit through the entire reading. But I do like to hold off on the questions until the end of the readings for people that are watching this reading after it is aired. Thank you, Spirit. One card for Paul and his entrance exam. The outcome on Paul's entrance exam, please. The outcome on Paul's entrance exam, please. That's almost a little tongue twister. Thank you. There we go. Yes, the knowledge. Yes, and so, all of us, we are born with that knowledge. We are born with that knowledge. It's just the wisdom to apply. Sometimes that wisdom requires courage. That courage is the hard one, isn't it? It's like, yeah, we're afraid. I might pee my pants on this one, but I'm going to move forward anyway. Thank you, Spirit. One card for Paul, please. Hi, Timothy. Hey, St. Cloud. I thank you. Welcome back to my channel, Timothy. St. Cloud, beautiful state, Minnesota. And so, Paul, this card is about your entrance exam. It looks like victory after much competition. So I can see where your entrance exam is going to be difficult. It's going to be tricky, but you are going to pass. You are going to receive the victory that you would want, but it's going to be hard won. I'm a Capricorn too. I love Capricorns. I'm Capricorn sun and moon. Can't go wrong. I'm an easy one to figure out there. Timothy, did you have a question, or would you like me to draw a card for you? Let me go back and see if. Thank you, Tarot and Oracle. Thank you. And again, I do appreciate you telling about my explanation, but I will say that every person's relationship with the tarot cards vary. I think that source, that spirit speaks. You have an upcoming surgery. And Timothy, what zodiac sign are you? Because I was just earlier today working on my readings and surgery came up, or major procedure came up in one of those readings. So what zodiac sign are you? Um, but back to the interpretation of the tarot. I believe that spirit speaks to each and every one of us. What is tricky about spirit, about source, about God speaking to us is that he speaks to each of us in our own language, in a language that is unique to us. And the same holds true with the tarot cards, which is why you always see me with this deck. This is my favorite deck. And it's because I've really have used it to the extent to where when a card comes up that um, it speaks to me. But just because it speaks to me that way does not necessarily mean that it speaks to you that way, the listener. And so many times when I'm answering a question, I will say, well, what was your first thoughts? What was your first intuition when that card came up? And that's what you should go with, because what the card says to me doesn't always represent what the card's going to say to you or mean for you. Thank you, Timothy. This is your card. I really would like to know your zodiac sign. And surgery for Timothy. Surgery for Timothy. And I love that you have the Ace of Cups. Your surgery is going to go well. It's going to turn out how you would like. And I think after this surgery, you're going, that's right, you told me that. Oh, Timothy, I'm such a scatterbrained. Okay, so Timothy, that surgery was not for the Capricorn, but I do see that you do have the Ace of Cups. So whatever the surgery is for, I obviously, if you're having surgery, it's for a body ache or a body pain. But the result of this surgery is going to free up your mind. It's going to free up your spirit. It's at this time, maybe you're feeling like you're trapped in your body, or that your body isn't doing what you would like it to do. And I think that this was a sudden change, and you haven't adjusted to that sudden change. But your uh, surgery is going to be very successful and very liberating and very freeing. I think that you're going to gain the motion, or you're going to gain the movement that you once had. Sinus surgery. Oh my gosh, that's sinus surgery. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hopefully you regain your sense of smell. Hopefully you regain your sense of, yes. Good luck, Timothy. I see. And so creative, or creatu, is the gold ring fallen inside Aaron's. I'm a little bit unsure about that question. Thank you, Timothy. Could you restate that question? Create two, is it creative, creative, CREATVEU? Could you restate that question about that gold earring? Are you looking for a golden earring and you're wondering if it's inside something? Ear rams. What is an ear rams? Is the gold earring inside the E-rams? Is the gold earring inside the E-rams? Yes or no? That's a simple yes or no question. That card wanted to come out. and the Hangman card. The Hangman card. Did something swallow that earring? It is inside something. So I don't know, is it a person or a pet that swallowed a gold earring? It's inside. Yes, but the Hangman is about the internal. It's about internal enlightenment. But it's yes, it's inside. It's inside something living. And my first thought was that it was inside of a person, but a pet keeps coming to mind. So it's inside of a person or it is inside of a pet. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. And I thank you very much for tuning in. I do look forward to seeing you all during my next reading. I do invite you to watch your weekly pre recorded reading. These readings are designed to go hand in hand with those readings. So if you did not find the clarity or the answer to your question, there's a very high likelihood that you will find the answer or find guidance in your weekly zodiac sign reading. Thank you, Spirit. Have a blessed day.